Hey, what's up everyone? Danny and Alex. In this tutorial, we're going to look at the guard position, more specifically how to set up the high guard and get some submission attacks from there. So check it out. All right, so there's a couple of things in the guard position sometimes we got to be aware of is if someone tries to attack you, like let's say neck crank, for example. Sometimes you'll see people that don't understand Jiu-Jitsu and you get into a roll with a beginner. They might grab you by the head like this, and then I'm going to start to crank onto your neck. That's called the can opener. Sometimes in MMA, people will do this, and that forces the spine, and then to just release the pressure, it forces the guard player to unlock his legs, all right? So, but in Jiu-Jitsu, anytime someone does this, it's a very easy counter for you to use your Jiu-Jitsu skills, such as attacking the arm, okay? So we're gonna show you very quickly. If I start to crank here like this, watch how Alex is just gonna turn the corner, spin around, and from here, attack the arm bar, right? Super easy. So if ever just quickly someone does this, right away turn, all right? Sometimes you can even turn, catch their arm, just put the ankle around the neck and then just flip it over, just like this, right? You just turn, spin, and as he brings the leg up, boom, arm bar is set, okay? Another thing sometimes you'll see beginners do is they'll try to choke you in the guard, right? Something you shouldn't be doing, but it could happen where I try to use this and put pressure here, or even go for a regular collar choke. That's something you shouldn't try to do in the closed guard position as a submission attack. So if I start to do this and I press on his neck, I'm also extending the arm. So if I don't do this correctly and I'm not controlling his hips, look, very easy for him to just turn again and attack the arm bar. So every time someone extends, right? I always talk about if I am in the closed guard position, I don't want to cross the center line position, and I also don't want to bring my elbow far up past the belt line too much, okay? Because that extends my arm for arm lock attacks. So he wants to capitalize on that every time I do so. So just food for thought for you guys in the guard position. Anybody who does this kind of stuff, attack the arm right away. All right, next up, on a more advanced Jiu-Jitsu level, sometimes the closed guard position is harder to start attacking from there because every time he's going to go for a traditional armbar from here, I'm expecting this, right? I know he's going for my arm from here. So now I'm going to give him issues. So what we can do as well is sometimes just start to set up the armbar control from here, but now he's going to climb his legs over one of my shoulders. So the shoulder that he wants to attack the arm, in this case, my right shoulder, that's the leg he's going to hop over that shoulder. See, one is underneath my armpit, but one is above the shoulder. That locks my arm in place. Now he makes sure that this leg is over the other one as he climbs it up, and it's super tight, very heavy. Now I might be expecting the submission coming, but because I'm locked into the high guard position, now it makes it very easy for him to just wait here, almost like a pit stop, and the moment he feels I'm trying to resist and the tension comes off, boom, passes right into the armbar position. All right, one more time, look. As he gets the armbar control, he just climbs into the high guard position, locks the shoulder up. Now you want to ensure you squeeze the knees and the ankles together, so it makes it very difficult for me to remove the elbow out of the guard. And now look, very quickly, nice and tight, passes the leg, and boom, into the armbar attack. Now we're going to look at if the opponent did escape your armbar attack, all right? So he gets the high guard position, he's here. Everything's going well up to this point, but a lot of times there might be a small gap when you pass this leg right here. See, look, right there. And the arm escapes. Now what's going to happen? He's going to bring the hand to his waist. From here, turn the corner. And now look, he has the Omoplata position. Now he just drives my shoulder to the mat. He just pushes on the hip. Boom. So let's take a look once again. Look, he goes for the arm. From here, he sets it up into the high guard position. Now the moment he just passes his leg, this might happen. It could happen sometimes you have a little gap. And now look, you want to force this free arm to your waistline, right away at the hip, right to here. Now look at the angle you just created on my arm. There's a 90-degree angle right here. Now, at this point, there's going to be a transition. So the transition must happen with a lot of pressure. So he's going to keep his leg very heavy onto my head. He doesn't want me posturing up to sit up. So he's going to put a lot of pressure here down so you could turn the corner. Now lock his legs. Now that he has this position, it's going to be important to, I like to put the person flat. So he wants to bring my arm, that shoulder, pinned on the mat. So sometimes it's hard. Sometimes he can only push me down. Another little trick he can do is just frame the hip, keep my hip exactly where it is, and walk himself away from me, which drives the weight onto my shoulder. And now from here, cause the tap. All right, this one's a nice little trick for you guys. We're going to get into the high guard position. Nothing changes from here. Once he locks the shoulder up, okay, a lot of time the opponent might resist and you don't want to take any chances, right? Because you know this guy's slick. So look, when the arm is here, a lot of times when the person tries to escape, they're going to do one of two things. One, free their arm out, or two, try to stack you forward. The stacking portion is going to be more challenging if you have a good high guard position. So that means you always have access to this forearm right here. So he's going to catch the wrist, make sure the hip is tight against my elbow and my tricep right here. And look, he's going to use what we call the manivela, which means arm crank technique right here. Look, boom. And that locks the shoulder up just like an Americana. All right, so take a look one more time. We're here. He climbs up over the shoulder. He's setting up his high guard attack. And now the person's trying to remove the arm to escape the elbow. Now, as the arm comes here, look, he frames, making sure a lot of pressure on the elbow joint. And now my shoulder is going to be locked. Maloney puts his hands on my wrist and just cranks and torques into the shoulder lock, just like an Americana. All right, now we're going to look at a more advanced technique. Okay, so he's going to go for his arm bar technique again. He gets that arm bar into the high guard position. And now he gets here. Look, my arm is trapped, okay? But what he's going to do as he passes the leg, a lot of times the person might even lift this leg here to put pressure, okay? Or there's going to be space here. So what Alex is going to do, he's going to start to spin underneath me as such. Look, his arm, or I should say my arm is stuck here, but it's free to be escaped. But look, his shin is going to stop me from stacking him, and now he's going to reach for the far leg. As he reaches for the far leg, as you notice here, as he turns his head towards the outside, he's going to scoot, roll me over, and from here pass his leg, and finalize. So on this one, we'll show you another angle. So he gets the armbar position, climbs over the shoulder. Now he's here. Now he starts to spin for his armbar, but look, he's going to bring his shin bone in front instead. So notice how he brings this tight, so now I can't stack him. And now he's going to reach for the far leg and spin his head underneath me and use his leg to push me down. And from here, pass the leg into the armbar. Now using the high guard, once he sets it up and he goes for the omoplata, once he's here and I escape, when he passes his leg and he wants to go for the omoplata, he's going to bring the wrist to his hip bone. And now let's move just here, Alex. What can happen now is the person is going to resist putting a lot of weight backwards. So it's hard for you to drive him this way. So what you're going to do is, look, grab here with the free hand underneath the lap, like an uppercut, okay? And now what he wants to do is extend this leg. When he pushes on the leg, that stretches my body out. But at the same token, he's going to roll me over by kicking his legs and sweeping me over him as such. And from here, I have a seat in the reverse keza, making sure he's sitting on my shoulder so I can't move. And now he's going to let go, have a seat, and bring his hips up and stabilize. All right, once again, so he goes for the armbar attack on the shoulder. And now he's going for the arm. I've escaped. And now look, he's going to make sure this stays at the hip right here. And now he's going to roll into the omoplata position. But now, in order to roll me over, let's turn a little bit here. He's going to ensure to flatten me out and uppercut my lap. So as he brings his arm underneath the lap, he stretches this leg out, which puts me flat and rolls me over. Now he has a seat over my shoulder. He doesn't want me to move, keeps the grip here. And now when he lets go, he brings his hips to the mat. 1 and 2. Now another very easy sweep is just connecting the flower sweep from that position. So from here, as he attacks the shoulder, he's attacking this arm right here, okay? Now, if he feels that he can't pass his leg, maybe my head is too high as such, that's great because that means my balance is going in this direction right here. So the moment I start to lean here, look, there's going to be a gap on the opposite side where you can catch that leg. And now easily keep guiding the rotation until I fall on this direction and cause me to lose the position. So once more, he goes for that arm bar here. And now as he climbs into the high guard position, if you feel the opponent tries to put weight in this direction to try to remove this shoulder, because my objective is going to drive forward here so I can wiggle myself so I can free this shoulder. So if you feel it's going in this direction, as he gets to here now, don't forget, every time I move forward now, there's going to be a gap underneath my hip right here so you can catch that leg, see? And now look, he just keeps guiding the weight by swinging his leg into the flower sweep, catching the mount. All right, guys, so there you have it. High guard, submission, and sweep techniques for your jiu-jitsu. Hope you guys enjoyed this content. Leave us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you
in the next video.
Take care.